0.1%, negative 0.1%. That's the first time we've seen that since COVID. Year over year, the annual inflation rate was at 2.4%. This was also better than expected and a 6-month low, moving in the right direction. As far as why this happened, there's a few drivers. One thing that really played a role here, as you can see the trend here, the inflation rate dipping a little bit. One of the drivers was energy. The fact that gasoline prices did not move up like they usually do in the month of March, that really helped the inflation. Consumer prices month over month. So this was actually a drop of 0.1%. Negative.
I think we can say it's dropping. And the reason why it's happening out, because I think right now a lot of people are still continuing to buy, even though the aspect of this tariff situation that's going on right now. And it's pretty much, it's going to bring the inflation period down. So Trump's whole agenda in his pretty much right now in its current state is to bring down, of course, the national debt and also bring down the rate of inflation. So gas prices are down. I don't know how true that is because over here by my house, it still showed that gas prices still remains the same. But for some other people, gas prices are down. Air prices, they say, are down, even though to me, it seems like the prices are still showing up. So Hakeem, your thoughts on inflation being down on 2.4%?
A lot of moves that the government is making. He's playing monopoly on a large scale. So, you know what I mean? They're not playing with people right now. And I guess people don't want to admit it. A lot has to do with the tariffs and his economic policies. You know what I mean? this is a great reset. And noticing how he's moving, like I might even go buy a gas guzzler after this, Ron.
And not that, but a gas card. But going on to the aspect of these tariffs, go ahead. Can you play the clip of U.S. tariffs on China is raised another at least 145%. So it actually went higher than 124. Go right here, King. Play that clip.
It doesn't, and how we got to 145%. Kaylee.
Yeah, Ed, this really is about math and how these tariffs layer on top of each other, as there are different tariff regimes that China is subject to. As President Trump made clear yesterday in his post on Truth Social, he has raised the reciprocal tariff rate on China to now 125%. That, of course, has been escalated multiple times due to China's retaliation. But that did not include the 20% tariff that he had already put into place on Chinese goods earlier this year over the trade of fentanyl. So it's about adding that 125 to that 20% that was already existing, which gets us to the total rate of 145%. Now, this was actually all there in the White House's fine print, but obviously, it's difficult to understand with this fast-moving story how all of these tariffs work in tandem together, but it does seem that this is a figure that was higher, at least, than the market previously understood it to be, which is why we are seeing things take a turn. And this comes despite the fact that President Trump in the Oval Office yesterday said that he couldn't imagine taking tariffs on China any further than he already had, but maybe perhaps this is further than was previously understood, keeping in mind that China has still an 84% retaliatory rate on U.S. goods. It remains to be seen whether or not they will escalate that further and whether or not they are willing to pick up the phone and talk to Donald Trump, as he has suggested he is willing to talk to Xi Jinping, wants to make a deal, thinks China wants to make a deal, but we have seen no sign of that yet, as this trade war between the two largest economies only seems to be intensifying.
So there you have it, folks. So they're trying to make a deal, and they don't want the tariffs to pretty much intensify. However, Hakeem, Kevin O'Leary said this. He said the United States should bring the tariff to 400%.
I agree with Kevin O'Leary. Kevin O'Leary agrees with China. China doesn't play fair. They steal IP. They decimate other markets. They flood cheap products. They just don't care. So we have to fight back. I think the next thing after tariffs, we need to start banning everything that's made in China.
The only way that's gonna happen is we start producing goods in the United States, and we're not doing that. All the companies from China has to come back to the U.S. For that to be successful.
We need to get it from other places. Taiwan, Philippines. Anybody who is making a deal with the U.S. who's not going to play games, we should go get them goods from over there. We should ban Chinese products if they don't ante up.
Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to